When we go over the fundamentals, we're talking about managing the console as a single pane of glass. Remember, a single pane of glass is allowing all assets, devices, and users and administrators to be managed in one location. That's the AirWatch console. Your AirWatch console is either going to be a number like CN, and then the console number that you're sharing if you're a SaaS, shared SaaS environment. If you're in a dedicated SaaS environment where you're the only one on that cloud deployment, you'll be able to have your own CNAME record. If you're an on-premise customer, again, you can register your own CNAME record or DNS name to your deployment. So that AirWatch environment URL is going to be your console. And guess what? If you add a /AirWatch after your console name, then you'll be able to access that console on a mobile device. So say you pick up an iPad or any tablet. If you try to enter your console URL or your device services URL, it's going to try to enroll that device. So instead, we suggest you affix a /AirWatch to the end of that URL, and it will pop up with an admin console. There'll be some other fixes or appendages that we can add to certain URLs as well that I'll tell you about. So make sure you know what the console is and its function. Here's a screenshot of it. You can see that we have our navigation on the left, our content to the right, and then across the top we have some additional capabilities. So how do you log into the console? You're going to navigate to your environment URL into a supported browser, Firefox, Chrome, Safari, Microsoft Edge, Internet Explorer, and you're going to log in. Now this login could be two different methods. It could be through a administrator login, which is just a username and password, or it could be, say, a Workspace ONE portal, which uses its own identity provider to single sign you into that console. But one or two methods you're going to see there. After you're logged in, you're going to see a EULA. You're going to accept that EULA, and you're also going to set up a security PIN. This security PIN uses a 4-digit PIN to act as a second layer of authentication. If someone walks past your terminal and they try to perform an extreme action such as deleting a device, wiping a device, locating a device, anything that we label as an escalated or extreme action is going to ask for that security PIN. Likewise, it's also going to act as are you really sure you want to perform this action? You click on locate device and you accidentally click on device wipe, it gives you a second to say, hey, I want to back out and not do that. There's also the option to create security questions. You won't have to do that in your lab, but that is a great second layer of authentication. And again, we can also use two-factor authentication for administrators. There's plenty of different options there available for security. Now, if you want to navigate the AirWatch console, the best way to start is across the top. There is a add button, a global search, there's notifications, there's a place where you can save your favorite pages. There's a help menu that you can take a look at to look up any questions that you have during your training that you might have had during training. You can go back to our help menu in the console, look up some of these items that we're talking about, and get a little bit more information from our technical writing staff. Underneath your account, there is where your administrator lives. And that's where you can change your admin information, including your own security PIN or security questions. So the help page, again, is highly recommended. It's a good read. It's very interesting. It's well written. If you want to know more about some of the basics, MDM, MEM, MAM, MCM, device, email, application, content management, go to the help console and you'll see those broken down in those topics. Or you can look for a specific keyword and learn a little bit more about, say, AirWatch Cloud Messaging, or what APS stands for, APNS, or what GCM stands for. Those are all searchable in our help menu. There's a getting started wizard that also gives you a little bit more hand-holding when setting up your AirWatch environment for the first time. In our lab, we do not have you walk through that. We have you go through the system settings. But do remember that the Getting Started Wizard is great for administrators that have not taken this training. It will ask you a series of questions and then show you exactly where to configure those items. All right, so as a review here, what are some of the key capabilities of the AirWatch console that you would highlight for your IT department? So some of the capabilities that I would highlight for my IT department is that the console is a single pane of glass. All of the assets you need are in one location. It's accessible from any place that there's a network connection. And we can manage all different device types securely. And there's multiple ways that we can authenticate administrators into this console. There's also a robust help system and the easy to follow navigation that even if you don't have IT experience, you'll be pretty much at home with. What feature in the AirWatch console leads administrators through the Mobile Device Management Setup Guide? So that Mobile Device Management Setup Guide, or Wizard, is the Getting Started Guide. And that Getting Started Guide allows a new administrator to receive a series of questions, and AirWatch will walk them through setting up their console for the first time. It's a great way to get started. You don't have to know the location of all these items we're talking about. And once you have new administrators familiar with using the Getting Started Guide, maybe they can transition into using the system settings later.